has just done a super job since coming back from the disabled list.
Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. He's hit at .316 since coming back, 6 of 19, including a double and a homer, 4 RBIs. Pitch in the ball hit deep center field. Rick Bossetti going back. He has room, it looks like, at the track. He makes the basket catch midway on the warning track. That ball hit about 395 feet away from the plate, but just a long out, and 2 men are retired.
The center fielder, number 26, Amos Otis.
Otis, the batter. Amos still trying to battle his way out of that slump, hitting at .284, 12 homers, 62 runs batted in.
Well, he was leading off that 7th inning when he got hit by a pitch and went after the pitcher.
Strike is called.
Actually, I think Amos was a little more frustrated than anything else and really didn't have any intentions of going out trying to hurt anyone, and everybody kind of went out there in slow motion.
Had a good shower here early this afternoon. A ground ball to the shortstop. Griffin has it. Will throw to first base. DeMaybury in a 1-2-3 inning as the Royals go in order in the first. Nothing across. We go to the bottom half of the inning. The Royals nothing. The Blue Jays coming to bat.
Leading off the first for the Blue Jays is the shortstop, number 4, Alfredo Griffin.
Here's Griffin to lead off against Splittorff. First pitch is fouled into the seats on the first base side for strike 1. Griffin batting at .264 with no homers and 17 RBIs. He's hit safely in his last 9 ball games. He's been red hot, a .434 mark over that period. And he's hit well against the Royals, a .342 batting average against Kansas City. Royals won in order against Underwood. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled over in the Kansas City dugout, and Rich Gale comes out of there in a hurry. Almost picked Big Rich off.
He certainly did. As you take a look at Rich with the ball there, and you see UL Washington wave a towel. He probably didn't like the way, Griffin probably didn't like the way Rich pitched him yesterday.
Splittorff in front, 0-2. Here's the pitch. He aimed for the outside corner, couldn't get it with a fastball, and the count 1-2. 330 down the foul lines at Exhibition Stadium, 375 in the power alleys, and 400 feet to straightaway center field.
Steve,
Griffin, Baylor, and Howell in the inning.
Steve, you know, this young man Griffin has really came on strong.
And a ground ball base hit. He's hit in 10 straight ball games. So Splittorff is greeted with a base hit off the bat of Alfredo Griffin.
You know, just one note though, Steve, you know, earlier, you're going to look at it right here. He gets the curveball, hits it right up the middle for a base hit, and he's just wore us out. We were knocking the bat out of his hand in April, and I tell you what, he has just come on strong and just done a super job.
The batter's Bob Baylor. Baylor hitting .223. No homers, 26 RBIs. Bob has had a disappointing year. Griffin, the runner at first, 11 stolen bases. He's been caught stealing 12 times. And a smash foul.
Well, you know, that's one of the things I said, you know, you can, about some of our pitchers like Rich Gale yesterday, when Griffin got on, Darrell Porter threw him out. He got back on again, And, you know, Rich kept worrying about him, but if he had just checked his stats, this kid has just gotten thrown out more than what he's stolen.
Scott holding with him, and a curveball that is fouled up in the seats. Jackie Moore coaching over at first base for the Jays, and Harry Warner at third. Well, Roy Hartsfield was telling us the first time we were up there that he was going to go with Griffin. He was going to be a shortstop. He's just 21. Says he's going to do nothing but get better. Jammed him with a pitch, and it's fouled over by the Blue Jay dugout. Detroit and Texas are tied up 1-1, playing a doubleheader. Outfield plays Baylor around to right field. He has a very open stance, as you can see. Check swing, and it's fouled by one of the security guards on the first base side.
I tell you what, at this rate, he's going to pick somebody out.
See the defensive setting with Otis playing over toward right center. And a lot of room between Wilson and Otis in left center field. Scott holding with the runner Griffin, who is on a base hit. Here's Splittorff's offering, way inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Paul's been out in front of both hitters. He was ahead of Griffin 1-2 before the base hit. 0-2, and now 1-2 to Bob Baylor. Pitch to Baylor, jammed him, pops it up on the right side. Frank White going out. Cowens coming in. It'll be Cowens, and there's 1 out. Baylor now 7 for 29 against Kansas City pitching on the year. 1 down. It brings up Leroy Howell, third baseman. Howell batting .255. Roy with 10 homers and 56 runs batted in. Blue Jays set a couple of records on the wrong side of the ledger last night. The 11 runs in the 7th inning, most ever surrendered by a Jays team in 1 inning. And the 16 runs in a game, it tied an existing mark for runs given up on Tuesday, May 8th, in a 16-6 loss to the Minnesota Twins. Pitch to Howell, check swing, and he fouls it on the screen for strike 1. Roy has gone 6 for 31 against Royals pitching. The Royals scored 3 runs in this ball game tonight. They will set a new mark for a 12-game season series against the club. Line drive, base hit into left field. Willie Wilson plays the ball. Griffin stops at second, and the Blue Jays have runners at first and second with 1 out. And Rico Carty will be the batter. Carty came off the bench and delivered a home run and a double in the late going last night.
That's right. The big boy wasn't supposed to play, and boy, he came in and pinch hit and got that home run. Put him right back in the ball game.
Game last night was the 2nd longest game for Toronto. 3:29. The other was here on April 15th. 3:43 also against the Royals. Infield looking for the double play, and the pitch to Rico. It gets by Porter, and the runners will advance. Takes the double play out of order, and you hate to see that with Carty up there. It's a good double play possibility. So that's a pass ball, allowing Griffin and Howell both to advance.
That's right. As you saw it right there, Darrell just missed the ball. Possibly he could have been expecting a breaking pitch, but he just missed it. I got to admit, Darrell is having a little eye problem, a little blurriness.
Now Carty with a chance to knock in a couple of runs. A bouncing ball. Brett behind third base, and the ball is foul. Luciano signals it foul. And a good thing it was. They had a chance to get Carty on the slow hopper, but a run would have scored.
That's right. Griffin got an excellent break from third base, but the ball was not hit that hard. He really jammed Rico. As you see it right there, really got in on his kitchen right there. And you see Griffin has gotten a big break, and the ball just goes foul. And George makes the play to first base, but everything comes back.
Griffin at third base, Howell at second. 1 out, a pair of hits and a pass ball here in the first. 0-2 to Rico Carty. Outfield plays him deep. They shade him to left. Patek playing in the hole at shortstop. Pitch in on him, hit deep to left. Wilson is there, makes the catch at the track. Griffin will trot home to make it 1-0 Blue Jays. A sacrifice fly for Carty, who was hitting at 264. That's his 38th run batted in.
You see it right there. Paul's going to really try to come in, but just didn't get it in far enough, and Rico just missed it, hitting that ball out of the ballpark.
Left fielder, number 19.
As you see Willie make the catch and throw it into third base.
A couple of inches more up on the bat that it might have been gone.
Exactly right. It would have been gone.
Here's Otto Velez. Velez with a 5-game hitting streak. He's batting .297. Pitch to him. He jams him. Little pop fly. White going out. Otis coming in, and the ball drops. Coming home to score is Howell. As Velez singles home a run, his 37th RBI, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Jays. 3 hits off Splittorff in the inning.
You're going to see it right here. He just hits it off the end of the bat. It jammed him a little bit. There's a little blooper. You see Odie coming in, and Frank, and Odie slows up. Takes it on the hop. He's going to bobble it for a little bit, but Velez doesn't score as Roy Howell comes around, and Velez stays at first base with a single.
Otto, the club's leading hitter, is now hit in 6 straight games, and it brings up Bosetti. Rick's batted .300 against the Royals this year. He's hitting .272 overall with 6 home runs, 46 runs driven in. 2 men out, 2 runs home. Bosetti had 3 doubles in the 12-run Toronto attack last night. Breaking ball under a strike called. And Bosetti's 3 doubles tied a record set by the Red Rooster, Doug Rader, and equal last year by Rico Carty. Outfield shading him to left. Splittorff from the belt. Here comes the pitch. This one popped up. Frank White will make the play. That ends the Toronto first, but the Blue Jays come up with 2 runs on 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 1, the score: Toronto 2, the Royals nothing.
Chicago beat Pittsburgh. You think King Kong might have had a few? He probably didn't get a hit on a home run.
Yeah, it happens that way.
Yeah.
Leading out the second for the Royals, the third baseman, number 5, George Brett.
Royals come to bat trailing 2-0. It'll be George Brett, Al Cowens, and Darrell Porter against left-hander Tom Underwood. Brett was 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs last night. Here's the pitch to him. A breaking ball from Underwood is in there for strike 1. Brett batting at .327, 13 homers, 69 ribbies. Underwood delivers. Fastball fouled back. 0-2. Outfield playing George about straight away. The right fielder, Baylor, the deepest, about 10 feet off the warning track. Bosetti always plays a deep center field. Underwood misses outside with a fastball. 1-2. Look at the defense. Howell playing deep and a little off the line at third base. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball tapped out to the shortstop Griffin. He fields, throws to Mayberry, and Brett beats it out for a base hit. Mayberry gave a good stretch. So Brett hustles to beat out that infield tap. Here it is again.
Right here, what Griffin does, George, is just a little check swing. Griffin doesn't charge the ball. Right there, he's going to wait. Right there. And George hustles all the time, and he's going to beat the throw. Pretty close play. It was a tie. And as that old saying goes, the tie goes to the runner.
18,
Here's Al Cowens. Cowens batting at .296 with 5 home runs and 52 RBIs.
Hey, Rico, why can't you run like that?
Infield looking for the double play. Underwood working off the stretch for the first time, and the pitch is a fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Royals have won 6 of their last 8, 11 of their last 16.
But you know, Steve, they've been getting out of the gate slow. When I'm saying that, I mean in the first, second innings.
It's been foul all the way up the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, the thing about it, they've been getting behind, especially here in Toronto. They had to battle back.
Ball line center field. Bosetti is there and makes the catch as Brett went up over halfway and now returns to first base. Cowens hit the ball hard but almost right at Rick Bosetti. 1 down in the second, and Porter will be the batter. Darrell's batting .291, 13 homers, 75 runs batted in. He leads the league in both walks with 83 and on-base percentage of .429 clip. And he is 8th in RBIs. He's drawn 12 walks in his last 16 games, picking up a total of 17 walks during that span. One out, Brett will lead. Mayberry holding with it. Underwood delivers the pitch low and outside for a ball. Royals leading the American League in doubles, triples, stolen bases, 3rd in the league in runs, 4th in team batting with a .277 mark. Here's the pitch. He jammed him off the fist, popped up, and Cerone, the catcher, all kinds of room, makes an easy play. So there are 2 men out after the leadoff infield hit by George Brett. And the batter's George Scott.
The first baseman,
Scott hitting .246, 5 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Off day tomorrow, then this series wraps up Thursday night.
A lot of the guys are going to spend that off day out at the football game here with the Toronto Argonauts and the Hamilton Tigers.
Pitch to Scott, a strike on the inside corner. Does that include you?
It certainly does. I'm going to go out and watch Canadian football.
Well, there's no way that it's going to include me. Here's the pitch. Scott hits the ball deep center field. Bosetti going back. Rick still backing. Makes the grab at the fence. Scott is robbed of extra bases on a super catch by Rick Bosetti in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. After an inning and a half, Toronto 2, the Royals nothing.
Clean up the second for the Blue Jays, the first baseman, number 10, John Mayberry.
Here's John Mayberry to lead off against Splittorff. A 2-0 lead for the Blue Jays. Offering to Big John a curveball and a swing and a miss for strike one. Mayberry batting .279, 16 homers, 54 runs batted in. Sits safely in his last 5 games. Pitch to him, he jammed him off the fist, that it's fouled back, and again Splittorff's the hit, 0-2. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the Kansas City Royals Television Network. Steve Shannon along with Dave Nelson back at Exhibition Stadium. Here's the pitch to John Mayberry, taken outside for a ball. Mayberry, Cerone, and Gomez in the inning. Big John's hit .429 against his former Royals teammates. Breaking ball, foul to the screen. Don't forget to visit your Chevy dealer and test drive the 1980 Chevy Citation.
It's a good look at Big John.
Split with a 1-2 pitch. Comes inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Some catch by Bosetti to rob George Scott of extra bases.
That's right. That was a run and possibly a 2 to 3 base hit for George Scott.
Hard ground ball, and White playing way back at second base. An overshifted makes the play, and Mayberry's retired. They had the Mayberry shift on with 3 men on the right side of the infield, and there's 1 out here in the second inning.
The catcher, number 9, Rick Cerone.
The catcher, Rick Cerone. Rick hitting 2 1/4. 4 homers, 39 RBIs. They're in the 8th inning at Detroit. Rangers and Tigers tied 1-1. Cubs blasted the Pirates with a 20-hit attack. Ruschel the winner, Rooker the loser. The final was 15-2 Chicago. Strike on the outside corner, a fastball. There's Bosetti, who made that outstanding catch against Scott over in the dugout. Breaking ball misses, 1-1. Well, Split was out in front of the hitters in that first inning. 0-2, 1-2 to most of them, and gave up 3 base hits and 2 runs. Foul just beyond the Jays dugout.
Well, the thing about it, he was getting out front, but he made some pitches where he didn't really get them where he wanted them.
Here's the 1-2, fastball inside. Splittorff went through a bad string, losing 5 and 6 ball games. He'd like to reverse that. He hadn't won since the 15th of July at Texas, and a fly ball that Cowens chases down in right center field. 2 men out.
The second baseman, number 11, Luis Gomez.
And here's Gomez, who's playing for the injured Danny Ainge. Ainge has a hyperextension to his elbow. Wind blowing toward the right field corner here. Ainge is going to be out. It's a day-to-day thing. He may be back in the lineup by Thursday when this series concludes. A strike to Gomez, hitting at .252. Louis with no homers, 5 RBI.
You know, Steve, we were commenting earlier. It's the first time I had a chance to see Ainge play
outside.
And he's not a bad-looking prospect. They say he's one heck of a basketball player, but you know, he has pretty good range over at second base.
6'5", big guy, glides. Looks smooth out there defensively. A fly ball into short center field. Patek and White. It's White making the play. And the Blue Jays go 1-2-3 in the second. After 2 from Toronto, the Blue Jays 2, the Royals nothing. off day. His wife's going to have a baby in September.
Oh, is that right?
He already straightened out with his aunt. He says, I will not be there that day. 37. He's been taking his classes where they're going to help deliver and watch, you know. It's their first one, so he's all excited.
For the Royals, the shortstop.
Steve Shannon with Dave Nelson at Exhibition Stadium. One of the beautiful young ladies from Toronto watching the ball game tonight. Yesterday was a holiday here.
Yeah, it was.
Sort of quiet downtown, but busy today. It's thriving metropolis. The pitch is in there for a strike call. Freddie Patek leading off the inning. Freddie had a big night last night. 5 runs batted in. He went 3 of 4. Sitting 249, 1 homer, 37 ribbies. Patek Wilson then the top of the order, White against Tom Underwood. Here in the 3rd inning, 2-0 Toronto. Fastball is fouled by Patek, and Underwood has him in the hole, 0-2. A week ago, Underwood worked 5 1/3 innings, yielding 4 runs on 10 hits. In the 6-5 Blue Jay loss, didn't figure in that decision. 25 years old, from Kokomo, Indiana. Started out with the Phillies. Fly ball, foul territory, racing over the right fielder Baylor, and the ball in the seats a couple of rows behind the Royals bullpen down the right field line.
Tom Underwood faced his brother from Detroit, and they had the game here. They flew their parents in, and he zipped his brother 1-0.
And Pat's been doing a pretty good job with the Detroit Ball Club. Remains 0-2 to Freddie Patek. Here's the pitch. Just missed with a breaking ball. Royals with 1 hit off Underwood. An infield single by George Brett. Freddie asks for time and steps out. Now the pitch. Breaking ball just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he just made 2 good-looking pitches, but he just missed on both of them.
Larry Gurr will go against Phil Huffman in the series finale. Last meeting between these 2 ball clubs in '79. That'll be on Thursday night. We'll have it for you on the Royals Network. Beginning at 6:30. The pitch is taken for a ball, and now Patek has worked the count to 3-2. Underwood getting the sign. Patek has drawn only 13 walks this year. Bouncing ball that is foul. Something. Porter with 83 bases on balls. Of course, he's been swinging a red-hot bat, and they've been pitching around him some. That's, of course, one of the big factors in that statistic. But little Patek with only 13 walks. And a ground ball to short. Griffin is up and throws on to first base for the out. So Patek is retired. 1 down in the inning. Freddie drew a total of 42 walks last year, and his high was 77 base on balls in 1974.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things. See, they just feel that Freddie should walk more than what he does.
And you've talked about it being a little more selective. Strike on the inside corner to Willie Wilson. Willie batting .303. He was 2 of 6 last night. 3 runs scored in the marathon game. Jammed him. Little pop fly into short right field. Coming on Baylor makes the basket catch for out number 2.
Yes, a couple of their guys make the catches a la Willie Mays.
5 in a row retired by Underwood. He has set down 8 of 9 batters. And here's Frank White, who grounded out to Roy Howell in the 1st. Well, it was really cloudy this morning. Then a good hard rain early this afternoon. And the sun came out for a while, now overcast again.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to rain again.
White bunts. Pitcher Underwood off the mound, fumbles the ball, and White is on at first base. So Frank gets on with 2 men out, laying down a bunt as Underwood came off the mound in a hurry. Here's the play. The ball wasn't placed exactly where White would have liked to.
That's right, Steve. Well, he's going to try to, he's looking right there, see, and he didn't feel the ball. He could have thrown Frank out, but he didn't feel the ball. He was trying to throw the ball before he fielded it.
So McRae gets a bat in the inning. Haven't had a ruling on the play yet.
I would, you know, as much as they gave him a base hit on it, I was going to say it was an error on the pitcher, but they did give him a hit.
Pitch to McRae, fastball, misses, ball 1. Mack fly deep to the center fielder Bussetti in the first. Amos Otis would follow. 2 down, the Blue Jays lead 2-0. Ball game in the third. Breaking ball is swing and a miss. Count evens at 1-1. Royals back home to take on the Detroit Tigers in a 4-game weekend series. Doubleheader Friday night, a single game Saturday night, and an afternoon game on Sunday. Then it's back on the road to Milwaukee and Baltimore. White a lead, bluffs going. The pitch is in the dirt. Good stop by Cerone. 2 balls and a strike. The Blue Jays have been the only team the Royals have really manhandled, and winning 8 of 10 games, and some of those have been pretty good struggles.
That's right.
So it's come out to the Royals' advantage, but not without a lot of work. Long drive, right field. Baylor going back at the fence, looking up. It is gone. A home run for Hal McRae. McRae homers at the 360 mark to tie the ball game at 2-2. His second home run since coming off the disabled list. He had one in Detroit Friday night. His 6th homer of the year, and RBIs 35 and 36.
Well, Mack just missed a home run earlier, and there the ball's out away from him, and he went that way with it, and he put the big Mack attack on it as he drives it to right center field for a home run. He got all of that pitch, Steve.
I think the wind gave him a little bit of help because it's blowing out to right field, and that ball got up there, just kept carrying. Here's Otis. Otis might have chased a bad ball. It looked like it was outside. Taps it foul.
Exactly. It was outside and it was up. And, you know, as you pointed out, that wind blowing out toward right field. Feel if they can get the ball up, that wind will help them.
Pitch to Otis, fouled back. Well, that means when Mr. Mayberry's up, you better stay away or really jam him good.
Exactly right. And, you know, that just, the home run he hit yesterday off Rich Gill, he didn't hit the ball on the fat part of the bat, but he got it in on him, but he still hit it for a home run.
Check swing by Otis, and he taps it back foul. Nothing in 2 to Amos. 2 runs after 2 men are out. A 2-2 ball game. Hits even now 3 apiece. We're in the third. Pitch to Otis, and a comebacker to Underwood. That'll be the side retired as it's 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 2.5 from Exhibition Stadium, the Royals 2, the Jays 2. Griffin leads off against Splittorff in the bottom half of the third. Foul back on the screen. Griffin grounded a single up the middle in the first at a 2-strike count. Came around to score after a base hit and a pass ball, scoring on a long sacrifice fly by Rico Carty to deep left. Then Velez singled home Howell, who also had a base hit in the first. Pitch misses from Splittorff. Paul trying to even his record at 11-11. Ground ball by Frank White, a base hit into right field. Griffin is 2 for 2.
See it right there, you know, now Frank might have had a chance to get that ball, but you see the wet spots there, and once that ball hit those wet spots, it just took right on off. This young man has used all parts of the field to get base hits.
Up comes Baylor. Bob flat out to Al Collins, the right fielder in the first. Blue Jays have drawn 977,000 going into tonight's ball game. They'll pass the million mark in the ball game on Thursday night that concludes this series. They are running behind the last 2 years. Runners going, a breaking ball. Otis comes racing over, makes the catch, may have a chance at a double play. Here's the throw. It is off the mark, and Griffin with good speed goes sliding safely back into first base.
Well, they had the hit and run on, and Baylor hit the ball right there. Odie comes in and makes a nice catch. Now he's got to throw on the run. That's why he can't really get the ball too accurate, and it tails inside first base. And Griffin slides right on in there. Otherwise, if AO had a chance to set up and make a good one-hop throw like he did in Detroit, it's a double play.
Looked like Split had started him off with a slider, and he hit and run on, and Davey said a good throw, and they likely have had the double play. Here's Howell. Howell singled and scored in the first. Pitch to Roy. Fastball inside above the belt. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, this guy Roy Howell is a much better hitter with the ball away from him than the ball inside. He handles the ball a lot better away. But if you don't miss with him inside and get an in on him, he can hit you a long way. He's got good power.
Splittorff from the belt. The pitch to Howell. Taken for ball 2. 2-0. Well, Howell put in a lot of hard work to get to the major leagues. He made it with the Texas Rangers, then chosen by the Blue Jays in the expansion draft.
Well, you know, he's been, I think, maligned all his career with Texas. I played with him, and I'll finish right after this pitch.
Swing and a miss. Took a hard cut.
And when I played with him over at Texas, the rap on Roy was that he couldn't field. They tried to do everything with him, make him an outfielder, and they worked with him. But then he got picked up in the draft. They didn't protect him, and he's done a pretty good job for Toronto.
He's a battler. Here's the pitch to Howell, and a line drive to Patek. For the out, Freddie had a notion to throw to first base. Decided he couldn't get Griffin.
The designated hitter.
Where Scott came off the bag of the pitch, and the ball was hit like a bullet right at Freddie. So 2 men out with Griffin on, and here's Carty, who drove in a run with a long fly ball that sent Wilson back on the warning track in left field in inning number 1. The pitch to Carty. Breaking ball, the slider misses, 1-0. Splittorff with the offering. Breaking ball bounced to Brett. Behind the bag, long throw. Here it is to Scott for the out. George knew he had plenty of time with Carty running. Throws Rico out in the inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors and a man left on. After 3 from Exhibition Stadium, it's the Royals 2, the Blue Jays 2.
Yeah, I might get an edge to Rico.
Final, Detroit wins 3-1. Jimmy Kern. one of the Geese boys.
A reminder to all fans seated in the Dominion bullpen, your ballots for the Dominion drop of the Honda must be handed in.
Cardinals beat the Mets. Trio, they didn't give no home run on King Kong.
No.
Somebody hit some out of there.
Oh, I think so. Jeez, let's see. Solo homer, Philadelphia. Trio. And the first is third. Well.
Leading off the fourth for the Royals, the third baseman, number 5, George Brett.
Ball game to the top half of the fourth inning. George Brett will lead it off. Tonight's heavy hitter contestant is Leon Geese of Shawnee Mission, Kansas. If any Royal player hits a home run here in the fourth inning, Leon will win a trip for 2 to the Shangri-La Resort. Leon's already won 2 tickets and 2 Hams jerseys. The pitch to Brett. High fly ball, left field. Velez racing near the foul line is there and makes the play. Brett is retired. George had an infield hit back in the second leading off. Leads off here in the fourth, flying to left. And there's one out for Al Cowens. Cowens lined the ball hard at the center fielder, Rick Bosetti, back in the second inning.
Well, I think that's one of the things Al is beginning to do, is start to go with the pitch away from him and start hitting it with a little more authority.
Our crack director producer Larry Magwell informs me that Shangri-La, I've always wanted to know where Shangri-La is. It's in Oklahoma, Darrell Porter country. Strike in the inside corner.
You know,
Grand Lake of the Cherokee.
Yeah, that's right. I just found that out the other day. I didn't know where Shangri-La was.
Time wanted by Cowan.
Thought it was someplace in the Caribbean or somewhere.
Here's the pitch on the way to Ace. Take it inside for a ball. Ace had a little trouble getting through customs when we arrived Sunday night. He was detained and didn't have his ID with him.
That's right, and the bus went off and left him.
Here's the pitch. Take it inside. Well, it was sort of a tough situation. They wouldn't let you back in. It turns out that he finally convinced them that he was here under purpose to play baseball, and they let him go just about 5 minutes after the bus had left, I guess. 3-1 to Cowens. Ground ball to third. Howell has it. Throw to Mayberry for the out. 2 down. Underwood has given up 3 base hits. The Jays have 4 hits off Paul Splittorff. A 2-2 ball game, 4th inning.
15, Darrell
Here's Porter. Should Porter hit a home run, maybe Leon would take him down to Shangri-La, Oklahoma after the season's over.
All right. Well, you know, like you say, that's Darrell Porter country.
Darrell would know where the good fishing holes are down there. Of course, I'm sure there's some at the resort. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, he was going for the downs on that pitch right there, trying to get Leon a trip to Shangri-La.
Taken for a ball. 1-1.
Boy, Darrell is just, what more can you say about this young man? He has just been so consistent the whole year.
Fouled out to the catcher Cerone his last time. Takes the fastball, a little outside, 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on, 4th inning. Checked his swing and foul tipped it into the mid of Cerone. Count evens 2-2.
We got a mess of goals down there, don't we?
Must be feeding them out of the Royals bullpen because they're all down there. Rodriguez might have some popcorn. Line smash, second baseman. Gomez takes it for the out. 1-2-3, nothing across for the Royals in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 2.
Groups are always part of the fun here at Exhibition Stadium. Please welcome these great groups in attendance at tonight's game.
Yeah.
For the Blue Jays, the left fielder, number 19, Otto Velez.
Time you get introduced to the finer things in life. Otto Velez takes the first pitch from Paul Splittorff. Outside for ball one. Up here they call him Otto the Swatto. He's closing in on 300 at a base hit his first time up, hitting .297 coming into the ball game. Strike is called, a slider in the inside part of the plate, 1-1. Game tied 2-2, last of the fourth. Velez, Bosetti, and Mayberry against Splittorff in the inning. Outfield shading Velez to left. Pitch inside. Otto used to be in the Yankee organization. Yankees playing the White Sox tonight. Inside. This Minnesota's at Seattle. California at Oakland. Texas has been beaten by Detroit 3-1. Wilcox the winner, Kern the loser. It's been tapped foul by the on-deck hitter, and Bosetti practices his bunting. Three and 2 to Velez.
Well, as you take a good look at Paul, you know, you sit there, he's probably thinking, you know, what do I have to do to win a ball game? You know, this last few starts, he's just been so unsuccessful.
Struck him out. Check and foul, tipped the ball, and Porter couldn't hang on.
That was some kind of rip.
Splittorff is 1-1 against Toronto.
Boy, you see it, it fouled right off of Russ Guess's chest protector.
Splittorff, 32 years old, and he leads the Royals in virtually all-time pitching categories. Top winner in the club's history with 118. He struck him out, got him with a breaking ball.
That's right, it was a beauty, too.
The center fielder, number 22, Rick Bosetti.
For Splittorff, his first strikeout. He hasn't walked anybody. Rick Bosetti comes up. Bo went out to Frank White to end the Blue Jays first when they scored 2 runs. 1 out, nobody on. Splittorff with the pitch, a check swing tap to Scott. George will make the play unassisted. 2 gone in the inning. Bosetti, who made a great catch to retire Scott in the second.
First baseman, number 10, John
Now retired by Scott on a routine play. John Mayberry will be the batter. Big John grounded out to Frank White. White plays him at a deep second base. Way back on the turf, Patek is playing deep on the second baseman side of the bag, and it's popped up to Freddie. Comes in and makes the catch. An easy inning for Splittorff. 1-2-3. The Jays go in the fourth. And after 4 from Exhibition Stadium, the Royals 2, the Blue Jays 2.
Yeah, calves are so frequent out there. You know, I'm never even go down the dugout.
Fans, the Western Division leaders, the California Angels, will be here for a 3-game weekend series beginning on Friday, August 24th at 1 p.m. The Angels feature one of the most explosive lineups in all of baseball, with Rod Carew, Willie Mays Aikens, Brian Downing, and Joe Rarity. Plan to be here on Friday, August 24th, Saturday, August 25th at 1 p.m., and Sunday, August 26th at 1:30, when the division-leading California Angels come to Toronto to play the Blue Jays. Your reserve ticket purchased in advance will gain you free admission to the exhibition grounds. So you may enjoy a day at the X and a Major League Baseball game, all for one price.
Steve Shannon along with Dave Nelson from Exhibition Stadium. Ball game to the top half of the 5th inning, and George Scott will lead off. Scott hit the ball hard. A long drive to center field, corralled by Rick Bossetti up against the fence at the 400-foot mark to end the Royals' 2nd inning.
You know, I had a nice long talk with Scotty on the bus coming from the airport here in Toronto, and he told me, he says, Dave, you know, we go back a long way. He says, you know, Dave, there's 2 things I know I can do in this game. I can field and I can hit. He says, the good Lord gave me that black glove that he uses. He says I can pick it with it, and when I put my P89 out there, I can hit with it.
Here is the pitch. Scott hits one deep. Bossetti will get this ball also. Makes the catch. Another fly ball to center. That would hit about 360 feet away from the plate.
There's the Willie Mays. That's right, the basket catch. But no one could quite do it like the Say Hey kid.
Well, I'll tell you about Rick Bossetti as Freddie Patek stands in, and Freddie hits one deep left field. Going back, Velez will have room and makes the catch a step away from the wall. Freddie bidding for his 2nd home run of the year. Came up short.
Well, the wind kind of held that up too, but it was on a line. You see it right there. He hits the ball good, but you know, once again, that's what they call warning track power. Right there, and he makes it right at the base of the wall.
Freddie got a good pitch. Just below the belt. Right over the heart of the plate. There's a look at Otto Velez.
Alias Otto Swatto, you say, huh?
Some of the writers call him Otto the Swatto. And he's been hitting well. Here's Willie Wilson with 2 men out, talking about Bossetti. He was not robbed when it came to showmanship. He has no lack of it. Here's the pitch and a strike call at the outside corner.
Well, you know, that's one thing up here in the show. When you put on a show, you better be able to back it up.
Ground ball. 2nd baseman Gomez scoops it up and throws to first. Nothing across for the Royals in the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied. The Royals 2, the Blue Jays 2.
At every Dominion family game, fans located in the Dominion bullpen will be eligible to win a Dolls Honda. Will Dr. W.C. Hilliard of Halifax, Nova Scotia please report immediately to the Dominion location on the inner concourse level in the North Grandstand. Dr.
Chicago's the worst.
Please report immediately to the Dominion location, where you will choose one of 10 keys that might open the Honda. Leading off the 5th for the Blue Jays is the catcher, number 9, Rick Cerone.
Here's Cerone to lead off against Splittorff. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Paul's first pitch is a strike called. Got that pitch up, but it finds the strike zone. 1 strike to Cerone, who flied out to the right fielder, Al Cowens, in the 2nd inning. Cerone, Gomez, then the top of the order, Griffin against the lefty, outside for a ball. Mentioned the Cubs beat the Pirates 15-2. 20 hits for the Cubs in the ballgame, only 1 home run. Martin homered, his 15th for Chicago. Ruschel the winner. Rooker the loser. Ground ball to Freddie Patek. And over to George Scott. High throw. And Cerone goes by, doesn't reach the bag. Now he is out. Scott's first tag didn't get him, and he argues with Kaiser about it. So now an argument between a couple of big guys, Kaiser and Scott.
Well, Steve, right here, we got to take a look at ball. Jammed him.
the second baseman, number 11.
And Freddie's going to take his time and make a high throw. And George, of course, is going to be right there, and he's going to put his glove out. Well,
now there, Scotty almost argued too much and then realized, well, okay, I'll tag him coming back.
Right.
Here's Gomez, bumps the ball, foul down the first baseline. United's fantastic. United's got fantastic, fabulous flying fares this summer. United's got lots more going, so call your travel agent and get on some of the best travel deals ever from United. Well, what I'm laughing about was Kaiser, because Kaiser finally broke Scott up. Scott was arguing so intently about the play, and finally, here's the pitch. Foul back. Kaiser finally threw his hands toward the heavens and looked up, and he got Scott laughing. He was saying, why are you arguing so much? You got him out.
That's right.
That's what I was about to say. George, save it for something else.
Exactly right. And there you took a good look at Ken Kaiser, ex-professional wrestler.
Pitch is outside. Ground ball, or this would foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. St. Louis beat New York 9-2, 12 hits for the Cardinals. Fulgham the winner, he's 4-3. Coble took the loss, 5-6. Jammed him, little pop-up. Freddie Patek, the shortstop, will make the play. 2 men out.
You know, we've seen a lot of jam shots today.
The shortstop, number
Little
4,
pop-ups.
Alfredo Griffin.
Cardinals and Mets playing a doubleheader. Roy Thomas will go against Pete Falcone in the second game. After 2, Philadelphia leads Montreal 2-1. Trio has hit his 3rd home run for the Phillies. Griffin pops this into short right. Then Cowens retires him after 2 straight base hits. So Griffin retired for the first time tonight. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 5, still 2-2.
JAYS will be playing on 10 separate dates during this year's Canadian National Exhibition. Any reserve ticket purchased in advance for a game during the CNE will admit the holder onto the grounds free on the day of the game. Why not make your plans now to visit this year's CNE and catch a Major League Baseball game all at the same time? You can pick up your Blue Jay tickets at the Stadium Advance ticket windows or at the handy Commerce Courthouse. Leading off the 6th for the Royals, the second baseman, number 20, Frank White.
Frank White will lead off against Underwood. Ball game to the 6th inning. Top of the order up for the Royals. White, McRae, and Otis. Frank White bunted his way on and then scored on Hal McRae's home run in the 3rd inning. Bounce foul. 1 around. 0-2. Gets checked with a first base umpire Kaiser, who said yes, he committed. So 1-2 to White. Detroit over Texas 3-1. Jason Thompson and Steve Kemp hit home runs. The game winner by Kemp is 19th. Thompson hit his 11th. Wilcox the winner 8-5. Kern took the loss 10-3. and they're 0-0 in the second game after an inning and a half. Racich pitching for Texas, Billingham for the Tigers. Pitch is taken for a ball. They've already got a protest underway at Baltimore. Weaver's protested the game with Milwaukee. They're 0-0 after an inning and a half. Caldwell was relieved in the first by Slayton for the Brewers. Scott McGregor going for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to White, and the count goes full, 3-2. An inning and a half at Boston. Clyde against Torres. It was 0-0, but now Jim Rice has homered in the second inning with nobody on his 28th to give Boston at least a 1-0 lead. White is out on strikes. Foul tipped it into the middle of Cerone.
You're going to see right here, Frank just swung right through it. Looked like a slider.
Designated hitter number 11, Hal McRae.
That is the first strikeout for Tom Underwood. Hal McRae homered to right center field his last time up. This one hit down the right field line. Baylor on the run. The ball will be in the seats. Strike one to Hal McRae. Chicago got 3 in the first at New York. Baumgarten against Hood. Ken Clay relieved Hood in the first. No home runs reported. Later tonight, it's California at Oakland and Minnesota at Seattle. One out and nobody on. A 2-2 ball game. 6th inning. This one moving right along.
Well, there's still hope. We could play some long ones.
Pitch taken inside, a fastball. One out, nobody on base. The pitch to McRae at a high fly ball center field. Rick Bossetti now comes in. The wind playing cricket 2 with the ball. 2 men out. Matt goes back to the dugout. And Otis will be the batter. Amos is twice grounded out. Off day tomorrow. Then Gura, a left-hander, against Huffman, a right-hander. To wrap up the series, we'll have the telecast on the Royals Network beginning at 6:30 Thursday night. And it's home to face Detroit in a brief 4-game weekend series. Big doubleheader on Friday night. Pitch inside. One and nothing to Amos Otis. Pitch a little low. 2-0.
This is the pitch right here. Amos is going to try to sit on. If he throws it away, Amos can hit the ball the other way and hit it out of the ballpark to right field.
Ball 3. The 3-0 from Tom Underwood. Strike call. Underwood doesn't take too much time out there. He doesn't mess around.
No, he certainly doesn't, you know, and that's why this game is going along as quick as it is, because Splittorff, Paul, does not take too much time out there either.
Here's the 3-1. Ball 4, he walked him. That is the first walk issued by Tommy Underwood. Otis at first base with 2 men out for George Brett. Brett an infield single in the second, then flying out to the left fielder Velez in the fourth. Toronto got 2 in the first. Royals came back with 2 on McRae's homer after White had reached on a bunt single with 2 men out in the third. This one bounced foul. 1 strike to George Brett.
When we got to the ballpark today, George had former Kansas City quarterback Tony Adams, who is playing here for Toronto in the clubhouse, and was out chatting with a lot of the players and visiting. So all the boys are going to go out to the game tomorrow night.
See the Argonauts and the Tiger Cats go at it. Strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-2 to George Brett. Outfield plays George about straight away. Otis will lead, 2 men out. Mayberry holding with it. Otis bluffs going. Pitch is taken for a ball outside and low.
Well, this is a situation where Amos should try to run and steal a base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You have George in the hole. probably try to get a good jump and steal a base.
Here's the pitch to him and a ground ball out to the second baseman. Gomez one-hands it and throws to first. That's all for the Royals in the sixth. No runs, no hits, no errors with a man left. We go to the bottom of the sixth, tied at 2-2.
The key chosen by Dr. Hilliard did not fit the Honda. He will, however, receive a Dominion gift certificate for $25 worth of groceries at the next Dominion family game on Tuesday, August 28th. A lucky fan seated in the Dominion bullpen will choose one of 9 keys. Plan on joining the Blue Jays and the folks from Dominion. You just might be a winner. Leading off the sixth for the Blue Jays, the right fielder, number 1, Bob Baylor.
Splittorff offers to Bob Baylor and a ground ball to third baseman George Brett. Over to first base for the out. So Baylor retired here in the sixth inning. Baylor's now 0 for 3. This copyrighted telecast is authorized under rights granted by the Kansas City Royals solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the written consent of the Kansas City Royals and KBMA TV is prohibited. The announcers for this telecast are employed and compensated by KBMA TV with the approval of the Kansas City Royals. One down and Howell up. Roy has singled and scored and lined out to the shortstop Patek. Line smash through the right side, a base hit. A low liner. Bounce between Scott and White. Scott bluffs putting a tag on Howell as Roy made a short turn.
Yep.
That is base hit number 5 for the Blue Jays. Underwood has limited the Royals to 3 hits, and they haven't had a hit since back in the third inning. Up comes Carney. Foul back over the screen. One out and Bob Baylor at first base. 2-2 ball game. George Scott, or rather Howell. Baylor made the first out. Strike in the inside corner.
Well, once again, Paul is out front. No balls, 2 strikes. Last time, Rico line, well, he grounded out to third base.
Speed breaking ball outside. Tossed a soft curve up there. Gardy will be followed by Velez. Infield looking for the double play ground ball. Bouncing ball, George Brett will have to go to first base. The throw pulls Scott off, and then George reaches back and gets the bag to retire Carty as Howell takes second on the play.
Right here, George is going to, ball's not hit that hard. He had to go back on the ball. He really didn't plant and take a step and throw. He had some time and he pulled George off. As see George scuffles back to backpedal and tag the bag. Oh, partner, we've seen some stuff this series, have we?
Scotty had a little trouble finding that bag. Here's Velez, man in scoring position, 2 outs. Otto is singled and struck out. Breaking ball inside for ball 1. He has been Splittorff's lone strikeout victim. Otto singled home a run back in the first. Howell, who's at second, is 2 for 3 in the ball game. The off-speed pitch, the breaking ball, 2-0.
Nice look at Roy Howell down at second base. Bad Leroy Howell.
Splittorff delivers the pitch. Evan has popped up. Frank White gets under it. And that's all for the Blue Jays in the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. The Jays have stranded 3 after 6. The Royals 2, the Blue Jays 2.
Hey, Ike, I tell you what.
Everything running smooth, Larry? Well, what's wrong? I know, it's really tough. I'm not used to the pace of the game. It's got me. Yeah, that's right.
Leading off the 7th for the Royals, the right fielder.
Look at the crowd here at Exhibition Stadium. They're enjoying a tight ball game. 2-2 as we go to the 7th inning. Al Cowens, Darrell Porter, and George Scott against Tom Underwood. Baltimore 2, Milwaukee nothing after 2.5 innings of play. Strike is called. Boston leading on the Jim Rice home run, his 28th, which moves him into a tie for the league lead. 1-0 Boston batting in the 4th. Pitch to Cowens is fouled. Ball going to be out of play.
Rice is tied with Kenny Singleton. Is that correct?
Singleton and teammate Freddie Lynn. They all have 28. We're in the bottom of the 2nd in New York. Chicago 3, the Yankees 1. No score in that 2nd game from Detroit. Still in the 2nd inning. Tigers won the opener from the Rangers 3-1. Here's the 0-2 to Cowens. Breaking ball, and Underwood thought he had it. Looked pretty good from up here.
Oh, it certainly did. Even if it missed, it didn't miss by much.
They're in the 5th at Philadelphia. Phillies 2, Montreal 1. In the 3rd at Cincinnati. Reds in Atlanta, nothing. Here's the pitch.
Boy, I tell you one thing, my eyes aren't that good. I'd have to hack at that baby.
Pitch comes into Cowens and bounces off Getz. Chest protector.
I think he called it a foul tip. The way Russ Getz calls balls and strikes, sometimes you don't know if he's signaling if it's a foul tip or what.
You were correct. That's what he signals up here. They changed the count on the board to 1-2. 2nd inning at New York. 2nd game of the doubleheader. Cards and Mets still scoreless. Cards won the opener 9-2, and this afternoon the Cubs beat the Pirates 15-2. Kingman did not home it. Bouncing ball back to Underwood. Easy play as he retires Cowens. And there's one out. Only one man has reached base in the last 3 1/3 innings. That Otis on a 2-out walk in the 6th. Now Porter comes up. Did you know that there's a whole lineup of Chevy trucks, from the Chevy Blazer to a 2- and 4-wheel drive love truck, and all built to stay tough too? See them at your Chevy dealers. Porter 0 for 2 is fouled out and lined up. Hit a bullet at Gomez his last time.
Well, I had mentioned earlier that Darrell's been having a little blurriness problems with his one eye there. And apparently he didn't have any problem at the plate the last time as he hit that bullet to Gomez.
Jays with 5 hits. The Royals with just 3 off Tom Underwood. This is to Porter, 1-0. George Scott to be up next. If anybody gets on, Freddie Patek. Check swing grounder to Griffin. To Mayberry for out number 2.
I tell you what, partner, that makes a hitter really, really upset when he, you know, goes up there and he tries to check his swing and he hits a little tapper for an easy out. And they'd rather go down swinging than make a little check swing like that.
2 away in the inning. George Scott has twice gone out to Rick Bosetti. Set him up against the fence in the second inning. Fastball inside and low. Breaking ball, a slider inside. Underwood has thrown a lot of fastballs.
He certainly has, and he's seemed like he's kept a lot of the hitters off balance, off stride. There's been a lot of jam pitches off the end of the bat.
Moved the ball around pretty well. He catches the outside corner, threading the needle with that pitch after coming in on Scott.
That's right. He came in twice and then went away with him.
And did not give in and give him a heart of the plate pitch with a 2-0 count. So it's 2 balls and a strike. Breaking ball, bounce, Griffin. Big hop, throws to first to get Scott. The Royals go in order in the 7th inning stretch time at Toronto. Toronto 2, the Royals 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, well.
Seventh inning stretch time at Toronto. Ball game tied 2-2, and the Blue Jays send Rick Bosetti up to face Paul Splittorff. Bosetti will be followed by Mayberry and then Cerone. Rick Bosetti 0 for 2 tonight.
The center fielder, number 22, Rick Bosetti.
Jays with 2 in the first. The Royals came back with 2 on the McRae home run in the third, and that's been the scoring tonight. Breaking ball. The Bosetti misses. Splittorff was allowed 19 home runs. He was talking about the home run situation on the bus coming up here the other night. Pitch low and inside. The Royals had enjoyed a victory over Detroit on Sunday, and he's talking with Gurr about his home runs and Dennis Leonard, and then they got on Gale about how many he'd given up. And Whitey Herzog said, "Please, boys, you're ruining my afternoon." Here's the pitch. Bouncer to Brett. George comes in and plays it. Fires to Scott. Bosetti's retired for out number 1. Only one man has reached base against Splittorff since the single by Griffin in the third. In the last 4 1/3 innings, only Howell has reached, and that on a single to right field. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Kansas City Royals television network.
The first baseman, number 10, John Mayberry.
Big John Mayberry's the hitter with 1 out. Mayberry's grounded out to Frank White. Popped out to Freddie Pontek. Big guy always dangerous up there. Here's the pitch. Strike in the outside corner, started him off with a slider. Outfield deep. Cowens is about 5 feet off the warning track in right field. And playing John over toward the line. He jams him with a fastball. It's fouled past the Royals dugout. 0-2 to Mayberry. There's a look at Cowens playing over toward the corner. And notice over toward right center. The 3 men on the right side of the infield. Brett's almost at a shortstop position, but Mayberry pops the ball up, and Pontek on that little soft pop fly goes racing over to make the play. Ball died, didn't travel very much. It looked like it was going to be trouble when it left the bat.
That's right. You know, and that's one of the things, you know, they'd rather for John to go ahead and try to hit the other way. So that's why Whitey Herzog puts that Mayberry shift with 3 infielders on the right side.
Cerone looks at a pitch inside. Had a similar shift on another ex-Royal, Tony Solita, last night. Strike on the inside part of the play.
You know, I was talking with Tony before the ball game, and he says, you know, I just must have a lot of bad luck. And I'll tell you right after this pitch.
1-1 to Cerone. Broken bat, ground ball to Brett. George to Scott for the out. In the inning, nothing across for the Blue Jays. After 7, it's still 2-2.
We're going to have the game over at about 9:20, but we're going to play extra canto. Exactly. Yeah. Usually 99 degrees and 98% humidity. Terrible. Your cars are blocked from your apartment. Forget the street. You look like all the time. On the cars all over.
Back at Exhibition Stadium, we move to the 8th inning. Lee May is now homered for Baltimore in the 3rd, his 17th. As you see the dancers putting on a show here out in left field. Some attractive young ladies with pom-poms.
You know, I was mentioning about Tony Solita, and Tony, we were talking before the ball game, and he says, you know, Dave, I just got to be unlucky. I've been with 3 ball clubs that had a chance to go on and win the pennant and go into the series, and got traded the last half of the season, late in the season, to different ball clubs. And when he was with Kansas City, they sent him over to the Angels, and the Angels sent him to Montreal. Montreal sent him to Toronto, and Montreal, of course, is battling Pittsburgh in that Eastern Division.
Pontek leads off against Underwood. Pitching there, a fastball strike. Good pitching matchup tonight between Splittorff and Underwood. The lefties have allowed 8 hits between them, 5 given up by Splittorff. Pontek bounces 1 foul. Freddie's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to Griffin and fly deep to Velez, the left fielder. Nothing in 2 to Freddie Pontek. Willie Wilson to follow, and then Frank White. Off day tomorrow, then we'll be on the air at 6:30 Thursday with a final meeting between these 2 clubs in '79. Larry Gura for the Royals and Phil Huffman for the Blue Jays.
Oh, that got him.
And hits Pontek. So a hit batsman.
Well, he tried to come inside on 0-2, and you're going to see right here, he's really going to try to come in, and it just got him on the hand.
So the go-ahead run is at first base with nobody out. It is the first time the Royals have had the leadoff man on since George Brett reached an infield single in the second.
I said that just got him on the hand. That got him pretty good.
Well, the trainer, Mickey Cobb, doesn't come out to check with him. Wilson's going to sacrifice, bunts the ball, first base side. Mayberry will put the tag on Willie, who backpedals on Big John.
I tell you what, Willie can probably backpedal faster than Big John can go forward.
So a sacrifice bunt, here it is.
See, Willie lays down a nice bunt. He makes John has to come in and feel it. Willie does the right thing. He's going to stop to try to make John make a play. Willie looked like he was a defensive back right there trying to cover Mayberry.
And we get some action down in the Blue Jays bullpen. Tom Buskey, a right-hander, starts throwing. Outfield playing Frank White straight away. Frank with a bunt single in the third, 1 for 3. There's Buskey. Pitch to him, ground ball, third base. Howell checks the runner back and throws over to Mayberry, 2 down. So Patek in scoring position, talking with the second baseman, Louis Gomez. And that will leave it up to McRae, who's furnished the Royals with both of their runs. A homer over the right field fence at the 360 mark, as we watch right-hander Tom Buskey throwing in the bullpen.
Put him on. Pitch the next bump.
Right here, he'll probably feed McRae a lot of breaking pitches.
Starts him off with a breaking ball. Charging the ball, the second baseman Gomez, and the throw to first for the out. Good play by Luis. And the Royals can't do anything in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. The Royals have stranded 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still Royals 2, Jays 2.
Fans, the colorful Oakland A's will be here for a 3-game series with the Blue Jays beginning on Monday, August 27th at 1 p.m. The A's and the Blue Jays will go at it at 1 p.m. games on Monday the 27th, Tuesday the 28th, and Wednesday the 29th. Tickets are on sale now and may be purchased at the inside advance ticket windows located behind the home plate to the concourse level.
There goes Christensen out of the bullpen. Yeah, the crafty left-hander. Oh, why'd he go? He said, boy, he was joking about it. And then he said, yeah, Mongo said, if I keep holding the good lead all the field, I said, what you do?
Leading off the 8th for the Blue Jays, the second baseman, number 11, Luis Gomez.
Luis Gomez against Paul Splittorff as we go to the bottom of the 8th, a 2-2 ball game. Royals haven't been able to do a thing with Tom Underwood since the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Gomez shortens the bunt, takes a fastball outside, ball 1. And the Jays, who got 3 of their 5 hits off Splittorff, have been able to do a thing with Paul since inning number 1 as Herzog looks on from the dugout along with pitching coach Galen Cisco. Breaking ball in there for a strike as again Gomez shortened the bunt. Louis is 0 for 2. He's popped out to White and popped out to Pata.
This is the guy you want to keep off the base.
Hard hit ball, foul. Past Harry Warner coaching over at third. We're in the bottom of the 8th, and they have been playing just an hour and 45 minutes. Outside. Well, Splittorff, who's had bad luck, involved in a 2-2 ball game here.
Well, Paul really hasn't thrown that many pitches, and he's been really kind of sailing pretty good.
Pitch is popped foul and out of play.
So he probably should be relatively strong.
United's fantastic, fabulous flying fares. This summer, United's got lots more going, so call your travel agent and get on some of the best travel deals ever from United. Try to check. They say he got him. Went to Kaiser down at first base, and he said he offered.
Boy, right here, judge for yourself. I tell you, that's a check. That's a check swing right there. He didn't break his wrist, but he did check with Ken Kaiser, and he said he did go around.
Strikeout number 2 for Paul Splittorff. Split hasn't walked anybody tonight. Here's Griffin, who has 2 hits. He has 2, and Howell has 2. The other hit belongs to Velez. Scored a run, popped up. Frank White will get it. 2 men out. And the batter's Baylor.
The right fielder, number 1, Bob.
Bob 0 for 3. He's twice flied out and grounded out to the third baseman, George Brett. Breaking ball to strike in the outside corner. Roy Howell would follow. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th, 2-2 ball game. Fastball outside. Both teams have played airless baseball. Royals with 3 hits, the Blue Jays with 5. Royals trying to make it 6 in a row over Toronto. Just outside. 2-1 to Bob Baylor. Royals 9th inning. It'll be Otis, Brett, and Cowens. Inside for ball 3. Splittorff, who hasn't walked anybody, gets behind to Bob Baylor, 3-1.
That's right. You know, and Baylor's been struggling all year. In 1977, he hit .310. 1978, .264.
Smash back through the box into center field, right between Split's legs. A base hit for Bob Baylor. Hit number 6 off Splittorff.
The third baseman, number 13.
Right here, you're going to see it ball. Boom, right through Split's legs. When he followed through, he didn't come all the way through and have his glove down. Went right through his legs.
Willie Mays' 17th home run. It's now Baltimore 3, Milwaukee nothing in the 4th. We're in the bottom of the 5th at Boston. Red Sox still leading the Indians, and David Clyde 1-0 as Mike Therese bids for his 13th. Jim Rice with his 28th homer to make the difference in the ball game. Over to first base, the runner back. In the 3rd at Detroit, second game of the doubleheader. Rangers and Tigers are 0-0 after Detroit won the opener 3-1. Bottom of the 4th at New York. Chicago 3, the Yankees 1. Throw to first again. Baylor goes diving back in there. It's California at Oakland and Minnesota at Seattle. Later starts tonight. Howell steps out. They're in the 4th at New York. Cards and Mets 0-0. Cards won the opener 9-2. Henrik hit his 8th and Scott his 5th. Go to first base again. Baylor back. In the 6th at Philadelphia, Phillies 2, Expos 1. In the 4th at Cincinnati, Atlanta and the Reds are 0-0. Houston's at Los Angeles, San Diego at San Francisco. In other games tonight and this afternoon, the Cubs beat the Pirates 15-2. Breaking ball, low and outside. 1-0 to Leroy Howell, who singled and scored in the 1st and singled in the 6th. He's also lined out to Patek. White playing a deep second base against the left-handed batting. Go to first base. Baylor gets back. 2 men out in the inning. We're in the bottom of the 8th. There's a look at White. Outfield playing Howell. Forward left. Pretty good gap between Otis in center and Cowens in right. A breaking ball misses. 2-0.
Well,
a lot of right center field open, and there's some room to the line and right. Otis is about a dozen steps toward left center field. Go to first again. Bob Baylor gets back.
Baylor's stolen 7 bases and he's been caught 6 times. He really hasn't been too successful.
Carty waiting on deck. Should Howell get on? Splittorff with a strikeout and a pop out to start the inning, then a single by Baylor. Now 2-0 to Roy Howell. Fouls it back. Roy a little upset, thought he had the pitch he wanted.
That's right. Well, you know, he had 2 balls and no strikes, and he was sitting on a dead fastball. He got it, but he just couldn't pull the trigger. He's a little late on it. Ball's a little away from him, and he just wished he had that pitch back.
Marty Patton goes to work in the Kansas City bullpen. Pitch to Howell and a fly ball. Left field. Willie Wilson coming in for it. Willie gets there, makes the catch to end the Toronto 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors with a man left. Toronto is stranded 4. We go to the 9th, still tied. Royals 2, Blue Jays 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, the attendance for tonight's game is 23,779. The Blue Jays and the Royals, thank you. Tonight's attendance brings the total for the season to 1,001,561. The Blue Jays, thank you. Hitting off the 9th for the Royals, the center fielder, number 26.
Ball game of the 9th inning
Otis.
with Amos Otis to face Underwood, who's given the Royals just 3 base hits. The crowd 23,779 as the Blue Jays go over the 1 million mark tonight. Ground ball, second baseman Gomez backhands, braces, throws to Mayberry for the out at first base.
That was a nice play by Louis Gomez. See the ball's hit up the middle. Odie hit a breaking pitch. He goes over to backhand the ball. Now he's got some time. He plants and makes a good throw as John stretches right there.
The third baseman, number 5,
And they nip
George
Odie by a
Brett.
couple steps.
1 out for George Brett. Brett an infield single in 3 at-bats. Cowens will follow if anybody gets on Porter. Underwood bidding for his 5th win. Easy ground ball to Mayberry. Underwood gets over to cover. 2 men are out. 2 ground balls, 2 men out. Royals haven't had a ball out of the infield against Underwood since McRae flied out of the 6th inning to center fielder Rick Bossetti. And looking ahead to the Blue Jay 9th inning, they'll send up Carty, Velez, and
The right
Bossetti
fielder, number
against Paul
18,
Splittorff.
Al Cowens.
Al Cowens tonight 0 for 3. He's lined to Bossetti in center, grounded out to the third baseman Howell, and tapped back to the pitcher Underwood. Fastball inside, ball 1.
You know, Steve, last night they only had 2 balls hit out of the infield, fly balls, up until the 7th inning.
Cowens with a big swing and a miss at a fastball. Royals 17 hit attack last night, all singles. An unusual statistic.
That's what you call Pete Rosenham to death, boy.
Slider Checks his swing. Cerone appeal. Cowens hardly offered at all. 2-1. Porter would be next if Cowens could get on, but it's a fly ball. Busetti backpedaling and makes the basket catch. The Royals go easily in the ninth, nothing across. So Splittorff will try to hold them and hope we can go to the 10th. After 8.5, Kansas City 2, Toronto 2.
Leading off the ninth for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, number 21, Rico Carney.
Rico Carty stands in against Paul Splittorff. Ball game to the bottom of the ninth. Here's Split's pitch. Breaking ball in there. Strike call. Carty's dribbling around with a sacrifice fly and twice grounded out to George Brett. Has a 4-game hitting streak on the line. It's Carty, Velez, and Busetti against Splittorff. Fastball outside, 1-1.
Well, this is a guy you have to be careful with because he can definitely hit you out of the ballpark.
Breaking ball hit deep center field. Otis going back, has room near the track and makes the catch. Carty made a bid, hitting the ball 390 feet away from the plate for a long out.
Well, he had to reach out after the ball a little bit. Breaking pitch, and he hit it a long way as Odie goes back. And he has it right there. He just had to reach for that ball just a little.
Here's Velez, one of the Jays' hottest hitters. Pitch to him, swing and a miss, and a hard slider. Velez is single in 3 at-bats and an RBI. 1 out, nobody on. Busetti to be next. Ball game at the bottom of the ninth, tied 2-2.
Otto Laswato was going for it then.
Inside.
Those big guys now, all they're thinking about is long ball.
1-1 the count. Here's Splittorff's pitch. Wide for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. If anybody gets on in the inning, Mayberry would come to bat. Splittorff's pitch. Foul to the screen. Count evens 2-2. Paul asked for a new baseball. Paul trying to even his record at 11-11. Outfield deep for Velez. Scott guarding the line at first base. The pitch is inside for ball 3. Infield way back. Brett at deep third base, a couple of strides off the line. White playing back on the outfield turf. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4, he walked him. First walk given up by Splittorff, and the winning run is on as Rick Busetti will come to the plate. No action in the Royals bullpen. They had Patton working in the last inning.
Number 22, Rick Cerone.
Bosetti hadn't had the ball out of the infield tonight. He's gone out to White, to Scott, and grounded out to George Brett. Velez will lead off first base. One out, the pitch and a breaking ball inside for ball one. Outfield shading Bosetti just a little bit to left field. John Mayberry to be up next. Scott holding with the runner. Otto Velez. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside.
Well, Paul is trying to keep the ball away, and he's missed both times. And now he's in a situation with 2 balls, no strikes, and this young man's going to be sitting on a fastball, looking for something he can handle, either hit for an extra base hit or a home run.
Now we get action in the bullpen. Dan Quisenberry gets up. The pitch is fouled into the seats to our right.
He did not have a good swing at that pitch. It was away from him.
There's Quisenberry. 2-1 to Bosetti. Looking down to Harry Warner, flashing the signs from the third base coaching box. Here's the pitch. Strike is called. Bosetti didn't think so.
Well, actually, I think he kind of watched it how Darrell caught the ball. As you see it right here, he caught the ball kind of funny, but it was right there at the knees. Wasn't too low.
So Splittorff's come back with a pair of strikes after getting behind to Bosetti, 2-0. Infield double play depth. Breaking ball inside. Porter again appealed to Kaiser.
Paul thought he had that as a strike. He thought he had the pitch.
Now we're going to get a pinch runner on 3-2 as the Blue Jays will bring Velez out of the ballgame.
Running for Otto Velez, number 30, J.J. Cannon.
Cannon comes in to run. So J.J. Cannon runs for Otto Velez.
The young man has good speed.
Throw to first base. Cannon gets back.
I'm sure with the count 3-2, he'll be going.
Splittorff from the belt. Another move to first base. Cannon hadn't taken too big of a lead and gets back with ease. One out, last of the ninth, a 2-2 ball game. There's been no scoring since the third. Jays got 2 in the first on 3 singles and a wild pitch. McRae hit a 2-run homer for the Royals in the third. Splittorff again to first base, and once more the pinch runner Cannon is back. The payoff, pop foul. Scott coming over, it'll be way up in the seats.
Well, they had him running on the play. And I'm sure they'll send him again as Jackie Moore, the first base coach, is talking to J.J. Cannon.
Splittorff brings the pitch. Foul to the screen. So Bosetti fouls off the last 2 pitches on 3-2 count.
You know, Steve, if you notice, when J.J. Cannon's running, it's not like he's going to steal a base. He's waiting to make sure Paul goes home, and then he steals, then he runs.
Ground ball base hit into left field. Cannon will stop at second base, and now the winning runs in scoring position as Bosetti gets his first base hit of the ball game. Hit number 7 off Splittorff.
Right here, it tries to go down and in on him, but had a good swing, and George was over protecting the line for an extra base hit. And he hit it between short and third.
The first baseman, number 10.
It brings up John Mayberry. Mayberry, who homered here last night, has a 5-game hitting streak on the line. He's 0 for 3. He's twice gone out to Patek on pop-ups, and he's grounded out to Frank White. Pitch is outside. 1 out in the inning. Cerone, the on-deck batter. Quisenberry working in the bullpen for the Royals. The pitch, ground ball, Scott has it. Fires to Patek for 1. That's all they can get. Mercetti really went after Patek. Frank White and Splittorff broke the cover.
Right there, boy, John hits a bullet. Boy, Scotty makes a nice play, and he gives the ball to Freddie. Now watch Mercetti really go in there. And boy, and I tell you what, that should be interference right there.
Number 9.
He made no attempt to slide, and he came across the bag, which is against the rules.
Herzog comes out, and he may want Quisenberry to face the right-hand hitting Cerone. The winning run is at third base. A 2-2 ball game, 2 men out, bottom of the 9th inning. Whitey talking with Splittorff and Porter, hadn't made a motion to the bullpen yet. Now he looks that way, and he wants Quisenberry. So Quisenberry will come in to face Cerone with the game on the line. While there's a break in the action, let's pause for these messages. Steve Shannon with Dave Nelson back at Exhibition Stadium as Dan Quisenberry takes his warm-ups. The sinker ball right-hander worked in the ball game last night as the Royals prevailed 16-12, but they finally had to get Quiz in there to end the ball game. He'll face Cerone. Paul Splittorff pitched 8 2/3 innings of excellent baseball, but he'll get no cigar, and he could be the loser. Runner over at third base, Cannon, and Mayberry at first, both his responsibility. Cannon representing the winning run at third. Split struck out 2, walked 1, gave up no homers, has allowed 2 runs, both earned. And Quisenberry gets the call. Quiz appearing for the 17th time, 1-0, an earned run average of 1.42. 2 saves to his credit in 19 innings. He surrendered 16 hits, 3 runs all earned, has walked 4, struck out 5. Rick Cerone is 0 for 3. He's flied out and twice grounded out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside. 1-0. At third, J.J. Cannon. Over at first base, Mayberry. Here's the 1-0 from Quisenberry. Sinker grounded into right field, a base hit, and the Blue Jays win it by a score of 3-2. In the 9th for Toronto, 1 run on 2 hits. There are no errors and 2 men left. And the Blue Jays' personal 5-game losing streak to the Royals is snapped. as Rick Cerone comes through with a game-winning hit, scoring cannon from third base. So in the 9th inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. As Splittorff is tagged with another loss, he has now won 1 of his last 8 ball games. We'll be back with the totals after these messages.
Test 1, 2.
Where are we looking at? Right here. Oh, right here. Jeez.
30 seconds. Come back with the winning play, okay?
Okay.
Talk about that.
Okay.
Well, we won't be on camera right away.
He's going to come up with a winning play. You can describe it as you see it. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2.
Dan Quisenberry offers to Rick Cerone, and the sinker is taken into right field, a ground ball base hit that brings home J.J. Cannon with a winning run, and Toronto prevails by a score of 3-2. Here are the totals in the ball game. For Toronto, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 6 men left on base. For the Royals, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left. The winning pitcher, Tom Underwood, he's now 5-13. Paul Splittorff, another tough luck loss. He is now 10-12. The time of the ball game, 2 hours, and a crowd of 23,779 took Toronto over the million mark for the year, and an excellently pitched ball game by Tom Underwood.
That's right. You know, both pitchers threw an excellent ball game. Tom Underwood, the kid, has been a hard luck pitcher, you know, with the Toronto Blue Jays. They hadn't scored a lot of runs for him, but today they scored just enough, and he was just really tough on the Royals.
Well, Griffin and Howell with singles, then a single by Velez, a wild pitch mixed in, allowed Toronto to get out to a 2-0 lead. And really the only time that Underwood made a mistake was the home run ball to Hal McRae that I think the wind helped Hal out with. He hit the ball to right field at the 360 mark after Frank White had bunted his way on with 2 men out, and that's really the only threat the Royals mounted at all against Tom Underwood tonight.
That's right. You know, he kept the ball down. The one thing he did extremely well was move the ball around. He kept the hitters off balance. And then, you know, we can get back to Paul Splittorff. He walked 1 batter, and that ended up costing him the ball game.
Tough loss as Toronto now snaps a personal 5-game losing streak to the Royals. The Royals lead 8-3 in the season series. They're right now 7 games behind the California Angels. The Angels playing later at Oakland tonight. Tomorrow will be an off day for both ball clubs. And then Larry Gurras, 7-8, will take the mound in the finale between these 2 clubs for the '79 season. Gurras 7-8. He'll be opposed by right-hander Phil Huffman with a mark of 4-12. So the Royals won a slugfest last night, lose a pitching duel tonight, and they've lost some tough ones on this road trip, a couple to Detroit and this one tonight.
That's right. You know, and the thing about it, they couldn't get on track early. You know, this is the thing, and then they get behind. They have to play catch-up ball, but their attack just wasn't there tonight at all.
So the final is 3-2 as Toronto prevails, and we talked about the 8-3 edge that now exists over the Toronto Blue Jays, but it seems like every time we play them that it's a wild ball game, an exciting ball game. We had a 12-10 slugfest up here the first time we were in town, 6-5 last week. They got the early lead. The Royals came battling back. So while it's an 8-3 bulge, and that's really all that counts, you know, the wins and the losses, but every game's a tough one.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. And these guys, they battle the Royals about as well as any ball club. They've come out on the short end of the stick, but they're going to give you a battle. They just don't give up.
Well, a big hit by Cerone, and he hasn't seen that much of Dan Quisenberry, but he went with that pitch that appeared to be a sinker going away and just stroked it on the ground, went with the pitch and plugged the hole.
Well, Steve, that's what you have to do against a guy like Dan Quisenberry that has a good sinker. You can't try to pull the ball.